Belly fat, पेट की चर्बी is the most difficult fat to go. So you have been trying multiple diet plans, you have been going to gym, you have been trying a lot of difficult exercises. If you have still not got the results, please consider watching the video till the end. Hey guys, this is Jagan here. And during the lockdown, I've lost 17 kgs. I shifted from here to here. And currently I'm able to get into my dream body. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about 4 simple steps, how you can get rid of the belly fat in a very easy manner. Okay. But most important part is why belly fat is such a problem. Why is major concern right now? The belly fat is major concern the whole country, whole world. And why? Because there are a lot of problems happen if you have the belly fat. More fat, more belly fat, it creates more toxics in the body. Okay. More toxics, that creates more inflammation. And more inflammation means you have cardiovascular problems, insulin resistance, you have diabetes, sleep apnea, premature death. Lot of challenges keep coming if you have the belly fat. That is why it's very important for you to understand how to get rid of the belly fat, because the belly fat typically surrounds all the vital organs of the body. So how to come out of it? So in this video, I'm talking about 4 different ways how to come out of that, right? The first and most important part, disclaimer I can tell you, okay? You cannot selectively lose the belly fat, okay? If I want to only lose the belly fat, that will never happen, because when you try to lose the fat from the body, it goes from overall body basis. It doesn't go from only belly, right? Selectively, fat loss will not work. It all depends on the genetics, and everybody is different. Sometimes fat goes from the face, then goes from the chest, then maybe from the hips, then goes to the belly, right? So selective belly fat loss is not possible. So spot correction is not possible. You cannot only lose belly fat, you have to lose the overall fat. Most important disclaimer, okay? Now, let's talk about 4 different steps, 4 different ways how to get rid of the belly fat. The most important part I'm talking about is stress, okay? Now, stress is why you are not losing the belly fat, and you need to de-stress. Now, stress is 2 types. One is a good stress, and another is a bad stress. Now, good stress is something like, for example, something a target. You have a target right now. For example, there's a birthday is coming, you need to prepare. There's an anniversary is coming. Your daughter's, dance class is coming. Exam is coming. Appraisal is coming. You need to prepare. Deadline is there. You need to prepare. So whenever or maybe traffic, you are stuck in the traffic. You want to reach some destinations soon, right? So when there is this kind of target-driven thing, there is a good stress, okay? And good stress actually is good because that will suppress your appetite. You'll focus on your goals, and that is why you will not eat long, right? You will not eat much. But there is something like a bad stress, and bad stress is chronic, okay? Now, for example, relationship problem or job problem, something which have been there for long, and finance problems which are not being sorted out. When you have this kind of stress, what happens? You end up eating more. Your cravings will increase, your appetite will increase, and that is very, very dangerous. And you're more stressed, what happens? There's something like a cortisol, which is a stress hormone that will keep on increasing. When stress hormone increases, cortisol increases, it creates more inflammation. More inflammation is more problems for you. That means your body will tend to store more fat. So more stress, body feels, something is going wrong, things are not available, maybe there is it's a panic situation, so body will store more fat. So that is why you need to understand how to de-stress. There are different ways to de-stress, okay? One of the things is communicate, talk to the people your relatives, family, talk more, and relax, meditate, go for yoga sessions, right? Write gratitude, right? You maintain a gratitude journal, write your goals, writes, do more self-talk, more affirmations. These are very powerful tools, to get rid of the problem which you now talk about, stress. So you need to distress yourself. It's very, very important for you. If you do not distress, what is going to happen is you're going to create more cravings. Body is going to, look for more comfort foods, and that's going to create more belly fat. Okay, that's very important. Next one. Okay, the point number 2 is sleep. Okay, now sleep is something, we all know we need to sleep, but sleep is one of the activities, right? Sometimes we watch TV and sleep. Sometimes we, keep on talking and sleep. We never ever plan a good sleep, and that is a problem. And when you do not sleep, what happens? Now think of it. If I don't sleep for a certain number of hours, the right time to sleep. There's no right time to wrong time to sleep, but it's important to know how many hours you need to sleep. You need to sleep 7 to 9 hours in a day. Now what happens many times? Many times, watch TV and sleeping and all this stuff, right? Maybe the room is, there's a mobile phone, you're sleeping with a phone and you're getting disturbed, you're not able to sleep properly, children are making noise in the night. It's a lot of reasons why people don't sleep. And you don't sleep, there are a lot of problems happen. If you're sleeping less than 7 hours, what is going to happen is you will have more stress, okay? And that creates a lot of negative in your mind, negative toxics. So less amount of sleep always creates problems in your muscle recovery. Now understand this thing. When you do workout or do any activity, your muscle building, muscle repair, right? That doesn't happen during the workout. Your muscle doesn't build in the workout. It happens during the sleep, right? Your body recovery repair happens in the sleep, and your body breathes out the fat. The fat goes away in carbon dioxide format while you're sleeping. So while you're sleeping, if you're not sleeping enough, you are going to inhibit the fat burning process, okay? And that creates more stress. So sleep is very important for you, for muscle growth, for your stress removal, for your recovery, repair, creating the growth hormones, then appetite control, everything. It's all about good amount of sleep. Now, how to sleep properly, right? One thing I can tell you is maintain a good sleep ritual, okay? Make sure that every day you're sleeping at the same time, not deviating from your regular time. Let's say you're sleeping at 10 o'clock, go to bed at 10 o'clock. Don't try to make it 11 unless once in a week it happens like that. And make sure that do not sleep with a mobile phone. Do not. I never sleep with my phone. I either keep it in flight mode or keep it aside. I don't keep in the room, because the time I keep in the room, always I have that, light, the blue light, right? When you have the blue light, that creates problems, that creates more stress. So make sure that you never sleep with a mobile phone, keep it aside. And, and you should keep the room in a darker temperature, right? Keep it a darker temperature, keep it isolated, keep the room in a cooler temperature so that you don't get disturbed at all while you're sleeping. That's very important for you to have proper sleep. And you have sleep for 7 to 9 hours, I can tell you, you can see your body will much more relaxed. Next day when you wake up, you'll not feel hungry, you'll not be craving for the wrong foods, you'll not be going for the wrong habits, you'll not be, that angry kind of thing. That will never happen. So very important for you to distress yourself by sleeping right amount of hours, right? Next thing I'm talking about is very, very important for you. And this is something which is a nutrition. Now I'm not talking about a diet here. Diet is something what you are eating, okay? And diet is something, everyone has different diet. For example, you have a different diet, I have a different diet. And there are diets of different variants. Somebody's talking about keto diet, Atkins diet, paleo diet, Mediterranean diet, right? All this, so many types of diets are there. So diet is something what you are eating now. Today you are eating keto, tomorrow you might be eating something else. But what is more important is nutrition, what you should be eating, right? Now your nutrition is very important for you to have a flat belly. If you're looking for a flat belly, I'm telling you, your nutrition plays a much larger role than anything else, okay? Why I'm telling you this? Because your abs are not made in the gym, okay? Abs are made in the kitchen. Look at 20 years back or 30 years back. Your grandparents, they never went to any gym, but they had a flat belly. They're perfect body. It's because they were taking care of the nutrition. The food was very good. It was not, like processed food. It's always natural food directly from the source. That is why you can see your grandparents, they live longer. They were not having these problems what you're having right now. So most important thing I'm talking about, when you talk about nutrition, and the whole industry is filled with a lot of myth. There are a lot of videos, how to lose 10 kg in a month, how to lose 5 kg in a month. And many of them are low calorie diets, right? And when you say low calorie diet, they're very, very low in like 800 calories, 1000 calories. And what happens when you eat those kind of diet plans, you follow those diet plans, what happens is you actually injure your body. Your body doesn't get enough nutrients. You deprive your body from the right kind of nutrients. And you should not follow strict diets, crash diets and yo-yo diets. That is going to create a lot of problems for you. So most important part is follow the right nutrition. Do not follow diet, follow nutrition, right nutrition for your body. And how to do that? Most important, I tell you that focus on healthy eating, okay? Focus on healthy eating, eat slow. And one of the things what most people I've seen that they do is, when they eat, they also watch a TV, they watch a program. And while you watch a program and you start eating, what problem happens? So you don't focus on the eating part only, right? And that is a major problem right now. So please do not do multitasking. When you're eating, slow and mindful, enjoy, relish the food. Don't get into multitasking format. That will never help you. So it's very important for you to focus on eating slowly, mindfully, and with the focus, okay? Next thing I'm talking about is very important. Understand what you need to eat. As a part of nutrition, you need to know what you need to be eating. So most important part is you need to take care of your protein, okay? You need to take care of your carbs. You need to take care of your fat. Now, Most of us ignore protein in our diet. Our Indian diet is filled with carbs. It never has enough protein. And you need to take your protein. Why? The protein is very important. In fact, I'll tell you one thing. The best time to take protein, for fat loss is take in the morning. Okay. Why? Because protein has some very good benefit. Actually, it suppresses the appetite. Protein always makes you feel full. So it doesn't, after eating, for every day morning, I take protein. What happens with this? I don't feel hungry for a longer time, okay? And that's why I don't feel cravings for the, refined carbs and all this stuff, junk food. So one most important part is take protein and more complex carbohydrates, okay? There are a lot of sources of protein I can tell you which are there for you. And you don't have to go for any supplements, okay? You need to take it from a food, from directly from the source. For example, paneer is a great source of protein. Soya beans, great source of protein. Dairy, any kind of dairy product, okay? And cheese also is there, but try to follow as good as from the source. Meat, eggs, fish, these are great source of protein. And what happens? Protein gives you a lot of energy. It improves your metabolic process. It builds some muscles, right? So you should have enough protein in your body. Every day you should be eating protein. And if you do that, what happens is you'll not be having craving for the wrong foods, right? Secondly, carbs. Okay, now carbs is something the whole world says if you want to lose belly fat, stop carbs. Okay, reduce carbs. For example, certain diets, they will say less than 20% carbs, less than 10% carbs. That's very wrong because carbs is very much required for our body. Carbohydrate is a source of energy. Now, you have to understand what is the difference between good carbs and bad carbs. Now, there are certain bad carbs, I agree. There are certain good carbs as well. Now, refined sugar is a bad carbs, okay? Because there are many sources of carbs are there, right? For example, you talk about pastries, the biscuit, cookies, namkeen. These all are simple carbs, and they can easily, they're very, because they can absorb very easily in the body, and that is the problem. And what you need to focus is how can I, reduce the eating of this. You can take it once in a week or maybe twice in a week, but do not take it every day. So you have to reduce the amount of refined carbs in your diet, and you need to focus more about, on the complex carbohydrates. Complex carbohydrates are good because I'll tell you why. The simple carbohydrates, they will easily, the body will digest them. So suddenly the insulin spike will happen. But the time you take more complex carbohydrates, they will take more time to digest. And the time it takes more time to digest, what happens is the body uses more calorie and the body becomes more full. If the body feels I'm full already, it doesn't feel more hungry. But when you eat simple carbs, the body feels more hungry, looks for more of these things. And it's like the reward mechanism, the body wants more dopamine. Give me more. And the time it's too late, you're already eating enough of the simple carbs. So focus on eating more complex carbohydrates. Now, how to eat complex carbohydrates? It's not that you have to stop eating. You need to eat more complex carbohydrates. This gives you more energy, improves your metabolic process. There are many sources of complex carbohydrates. For example, whole grains, right? When I say whole grains, rice, and I'm talking the white rice, okay? You should take white rice. No, nothing wrong with that. You should take oats, buckwheat, you can take quinoa, wheat. All these things you can take, okay? These are complex carbohydrates. They're good for your body, good for your health. You should take legumes, for example, lentils, chickpeas, kidney beans, soya beans. A great source of, complex carbohydrates. Takes more time to digest. Green veggies, broccoli, right? Cucumber, carrot, all this stuff are good. And you need to also take a lot of fruits. Now, these are the food you should take every day because these are required for you. They gives you a lot of energy. And the good part is there are a lot of filled with fiber. That means for digestion also is good. And you need to have all this stuff. When you have all this food regular basis, what happens? Body doesn't crave for the wrong foods. Healthy body craves for healthy foods. Unhealthy body craves for unhealthy food. So you have to understand how can I take more healthy foods? That's very important. Okay. And next thing is fat. Now fat, belly fat, it doesn't mean that you cannot eat fat. You should be eating good fat. There are a lot of good fat. I'm talking about unsaturated fats, which are really, really good. For example, peanut butter or maybe nuts, or maybe talk about avocados. These are the good source of fat, and you need to take good amount of fat because that helps you to flush the bad fat from the body. A lot of people, what happens? They have a lot of bad fat in the body, and unless you flush it out by all this eating the good fat, you'll have a lot of challenges. So make sure that you take a lot of good fat to reduce the bad fat, reduce the LDL, and increase the HDL quantity in the body. Okay, that is why you can really feel good about it. So nutrition has a much larger role to play than anything else. So make sure you understand this line. Your abs are always made in the kitchen. It's not made in the gym. Okay, very important. Okay, thanks a lot. Last one is something very important, and I love it so much. Okay, this is exercise. Now, what is exercise? Now there's so many exercises in the world. There are a lot of exercises there. You can see in the Google or so many places, right? That 3 exercises to reduce the belly fat, 4 top exercises to reduce the belly fat. Now I'm telling you something, exercise, this all are myth, by the way, what you see in the market right now, what you see in the YouTube and everything. Because exercise, most importantly, doesn't work directly on the fat. It always works on the muscles. Okay. So what happens when you do the crunches, do the sit-ups, that actually doesn't reduce the belly fat. That actually builds the muscles. But what is the point of having the muscles if you have enough fat? The muscle will not be showing up. Everybody has the muscles, but it doesn't show up if you have the belly fat. The most important part is, you have to do the right kind of exercise. Most people are confused. They don't know which exercise to do. And when they don't know that, what they end up doing? They do the wrong exercises, which is not for the fat loss. So here in this, I'm telling you what you need to do to make sure that your body gets into the fat burning zone. You need to focus on cardio and strength training, both things. Cardio, for example, cardio is good for health, good for body, because cardio helps in multiple ways. It helps you for the more blood flow, to your heart. It helps you for the brain, more for cognitive power, right? More for cardiovascular things. There are a lot of benefits of doing cardio, but the problem with the cardio is that too much of cardio is not good, because that doesn't help you in the fat loss. That might also lead to muscle loss, and that is not good. So make sure that along with the cardio, a part of, you should also spend time on the strength training. Why? Strength training helps you to build the muscles, okay? And muscle is metabolism. More muscle, more metabolism. So what happens? Cardio, if you do it, you can only, let's say I do 30-minute cardio, I can burn calorie, okay? Spend calorie for 30 minutes. That's it. I don't do anything after that. But if I do strength training, I burn calorie. Let's say I do 30 minutes for strength training. I burn fat, okay, for 30 minutes. Plus, what happens? It also, while doing the strength training, actually I break my muscle, okay, muscle tissues. The tissues get broken and they take time to repair. That means my body keeps burning fat even after my workout is over, okay? So that means 40 to 72 hours, I will be burning fat even if I'm doing nothing. So that is the power of building muscles, because every time you're building muscles, your basic metabolism rate, the metabolism increases, right? So that means while you are doing building the muscles, you also are burning more fat at rest, burning more energy at rest. So that is very important for you to target one thing, that how can I focus on cardio and strengthening both of them together, so that it will help you for 2 things. One thing is fat burning, also for muscle building, okay? So that is where you can increase your muscle mass, okay? Increasing more muscle mass means looking better, your body composition look much better. So most of the time, if you are focusing on one form of exercise, for example, only on jogging, only on running, cycling, this exercise only work on only one particular part of the body, only on legs. They don't work on the upper body, don't work on the glutes. But if you focus on strength training, it works on total body. It's like if you do compound exercises, right? It focuses on the whole body. Now whole body composition changes. You look much better. Your aesthetic, you get aesthetic body. You look good, and your metabolic also increases. So that is why you should be focusing on developing the right muscles for your body and focusing on at least 150 minutes of exercise per week. That means 30 minutes per day for 5 days a week. If you focus on that, what is going to happen is you're going to increase your metabolism, and more metabolism is more calorie burn, okay? That means you can eat more and you can lose more, okay? Get excited, because these are the 4 things I told you today, which is going to change your life. One is the stress I told, second one is the sleep, third one is nutrition, fourth one exercise. Just focus on this, guys, and I'll tell you one thing, you will be having your dream body, losing the belly fat and getting the best version of yourself. Thanks a lot for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.